Alright gamers, here's a little bit of a embarrassing work story, a little bit mortifying, a little bit, ooh, man, do you have egg on your face kind of situation. So, you might recognize this set from the last video. Don't worry about it, I am a professional at reusing my lack of effort. So, I roll up to this job after 5 p.m. I'm on call, so I cannot leave this home until I get their services restored. I pull up into this not so wonderful, great part of the neighborhood, and it's perfectly fine and chillin'. I go all over the places for my job. But I walk up and the dude's just chillin' in a tank top, a wife pleaser, as I've started calling them, and some cut-off shorts, and he's just relaxing and chugging some Bud Light like his life depends on it. He probably could have gotten more use out of a fifth of some sort of hard liquor than he was out of the cases of Bud Light he had. Pretend this is all Bud Light. Also, if you hear meowing, that is my cat. Ignore the cat. The cat is grounded right now for being a little piss baby. But, as I digress, talking to the customer, he's like, yep, the internet just stopped working. I'm like, okay, cool. See, our line connects right here, comes down to a house box, and I take signal using a very special meter device in order to do that. And it was pretty dank. I plugged on in, I went, yeah, the signal kind of fucking sucks. When I talk about signal, I'm reading the radio waves and all the bullshit traveling through the line that's hanging. That is, of course, only the case for your traditional copper service delivery, not fiber. Fiber is light, and I do not know how to read. So, as I'm reading the signal, I go, oh yeah, your signal sucks. No wonder your internet sucks and doesn't work. So, what I mean by that is signal kinda is like Goldilocks. It does not like things too hot, does not like things too cold. It likes it right in the middle where it comes to signal, where your high-end frequencies aren't completely overbearing out of the DOCSIS 3.1 range, and your low frequencies aren't, just a puddle, because I kind of need that return in order to return my signal. So with that, I'm staring at their aerial hanging line, and I see the utility pole that is coincidentally right beside their shed, and I see there is a young lad, a little child, a boy, playing outside, who is just in a Spider-Man onesie. I did not try to download a mod or anything for Spider-Man outfits for a fucking villager, but I digress. So, kid's running around, I'm running around. Kid keeps asking me questions. Like, what am I doing? When is the iPad gonna start working again? Bluey's gonna be on in 10 minutes. It's after 5 p.m. Bluey's not gonna be on. This little shit is lying to me. But it's my job to please these people. They pay for my paycheck, basically. I have to be nice. Well, I don't have to be, but I should. But anyways, I have to get up this utility pole. Now, I know this looks like there's a lot of space between the garage and the utility pole, but there wasn't. Hold on one second. Bop, 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 bop. There you go. This is pretty close to what it actually looked like. The utility pole was slightly leaning against the edge of the outcropping of the roof of this garage. Very scary, because not only is it my dumbass telecommunication line that's hanging off of it, it's also power, electricity, the invisible shit that can kill you. Not like my stuff to where if you lick it, nothing happens. So, unfortunately, there's not enough space for me to get my ladder in here in order to climb this pole, but this is where part of my advanced training has come into handy. See, we're going to pause the Minecraft for a second. We're getting really weird and creepy with it. What we ended up doing is I am gaff trained at work, which means I can climb utility poles using spikes on my boots and a fucking belt and harness. Also, I'm going to have an aneurysm if I have to listen to the rain in Minecraft. Remember when they added that and it was awesome? Now it sucks. But I digress. I am gaff trained, which means I wear all sorts of funky stuff when I need to. For example, the seat belt. I'm not joking. It's actually in my equipment called a seat belt. It's quite literally a big ass pad that hooks into your harness system that just is a seat for you to sit on while you're hanging. It actually acts as, the counter force to help you pull yourself towards the pole, fling up your straps in order to climb upwards on it, kind of counteracting me placing my spikes in it at like a 24-ish degree angle into the pole. But not only am I wearing this, this is also a very accurate depiction of what I look like. I look like this goober, except less handsome, grow a goatee and mustache, but literally that's it because the rest doesn't grow because I'm a prepubescent loser. Wearing my high vis so people can not shoot me while I'm climbing the telephone pole in a yard. Glasses, they weren't sunglasses. I have to wear glasses because I'm a nerd stereotype, but I digress. My hard hat, good, keeps me safe. Harness system with my BDSM straps, and then my gaffs, my cool little pieces of equipment that just strap around my legs with leather bands and have spikes for me to bop, 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 climb up the pole with. So, as you see here, I am a very Caucasian man. Also, I was wearing more arm sleeves because I have to have my arms totally covered when climbing the pole. It's just a splinter and safety risk. If I'm not wearing sleeves, I get in trouble at work. Let's get rid of our examples here and get back to the Mimi Crafta. So, my silly goofy self has to climb all the way up this utility pole. I originally wanted to throw my ladder on the other side, but the neighbor was coincidentally growing trees, and I can't cut down trees to get to my job. I don't have as much rights as the power company in my town. But I'm climbing this pole, little step by step. I finally get to where my connection point is, and I just notice that, oh hey, a squirrel must have been up here because they ate through the entire fucking line. Yeah, it was just completely bare. It was only the copper that was supporting it from end to end. The squirrel had eaten the rest of the dielectric and the aluminum braid around it, which is yucky. So all I had to do, because there was a good bit of slack originally on the line, is I just had to cut out all the yucky eaten ends, put on a new fitting, slap that bitch right back on. Wham bam, thank you ma'am, customer's gonna have service again. And I'm stepping down this pole, and I got 1 foot out, and I got 1 foot in, and I fail to hear the cracking noise below me. As it turns out, little Jimmy, Timmy, and Bimmy over here, Mr. Spider-Man, how do you fucking say that word? Obsessive? There you go. Was throwing around little party poppers. It was a little bit after the 4th of July, and I just completely tuned it out of my brain because earlier he was shouting at me, Spider-Man, Spider-Man, because I'm climbing the pole, but not in a cool way, just in a horrifically nerdy loser way. By the way, this is not Spider-Man. So I'm already feeling like I'm getting heckled at my workplace. I'm ignoring all the sounds around me as the dad is just chilling and drinking his beer. Because of the camouflaged crackling of party poppers, I fail to hear the cracking of my fucking boot in the utility pole as I have 1 foot out of it. Now, when you're gaffing, it's kind of like a pendulum motion. If you ever fall, that seatbelt has straps that go all the way around the pole, and if you fall, the entire harness assembly on the pole will stay. You will just fall down and it'll catch you. But if you're angled outwards, like you're trying to make a letter V with your body, coincidentally, hey, my leg popped the fuck out over here, and your legs are open while you're gaffing. Let me make that abundantly clear. This is a very typically male-dominated industry. Let it be known, the best technicians we've ever had at my company have all been female. This is not an exaggeration. multiple times winning Tech of the Year in the entire region, in the entire company as well. Pretty fucking good. I am a mere putz, a little sucker, a loser, all that jazz. But it's a male dominated industry, and in this dominated industry, we do not require you to wear a cup at work. Because normally you're not pendulum hooked to a pole and forced to just absolutely rack your tackle box against a solid wooden beam. I mean, in this case, it wasn't solid. My gaff had actually cut out an entire section of the pole, and that's why my leg slipped down. And then I pendulum swang like Tarzan, my cock, dick, nut, and ball right into a pole. Kind of like a Looney Tunes cartoon. If you ever seen like the Tarzan gag where they're swinging from a rope, but somebody like puts an upright rake in the way and they just fucking smack into it. Yeah, I come at that serpent eater first, and just smash myself. And I'm gonna be honest with you folks, I was cussing up a storm. While I had tuned out the fact that little Timmy Bimmy Jimmy Zimmy Zamboni over here was here, in this moment where there is only me, the pole, and pain, I am shouting every obscenity in the book. Lots of very unkind words for a small child to listen to, while also being in earshot of their fucking dad, who is still, might I add, chilling in his fucking lounger and his wife pleaser in cutoff shorts, just drinking Bud Light like there's no tomorrow. Like he needs to drink it to zone out his dipshit kid who keeps screaming about Spider-Man, Spider-Man. So anyway, while I'm currently in agonizing pain, I'm gonna still do my job a little bit. Technically, I have to kind of push myself up with my feet and my hands. That's why I also have to wear the sleeves on my arm, so I can push against the pole if I need to, in order to reinsert my gaff spike feet into the pole so I can then climb down, these spike things. I finally get down and I'm checking my cell phone because we have a little app that we can use to look at a bunch of diagnostics and shit. And I'm looking and the modem comes back online inside their house and it has beautiful signal. And by that, I mean it's good enough for me to just leave for the day and just, maybe come back a different time if I want to improve their signal. But I also don't care about their bad signal anymore because I hurt and I'm leaving. I slowly limp and crawl my way out of the way over here. The dad is just talking with the kid. The kid is saying, "Did you hear what he said?" The dad goes, "Mm-hmm." This motherfucker just nodded at me. Don't nod at me. But he looks at me, looks me over, gives me a little head nod, like hey, it's okay. Something bad must have happened. As he very visibly sees me crouched, kind of just holding the bits, going, owie, zowie. Finally get it all over, said and done with. I tell him, "Hey, check your Wi-Fi, dumbass. I bet it works." Lo and behold, it works. He's getting his perfect 500 by 125 speeds, and life is good. I get the fuck in my vehicle after taking off my harness. I go home, and I dip my dick in a bag of Reese's peanut butter cups. One of the miniature bags, where they're unwrapped already. It was glorious. That was a lie. I'm sorry to put that image in your head. Goodbye.